Hello and welcome to Media Leaders. In this video, we want to show you 7 SAT tips for teens. I'm honored to have Alexis Avila, the founder of Prepped and Polished, with me today. Alexis, welcome to the call.
Thanks for having me, Josh.
Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's jump right on into the good stuff. You're going to walk us through 7 tips for people that are taking their SAT. Can you tell us what you're going to teach us?
I'm going to teach you how to take advantage of free stuff so you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for tutoring. I'm going to tell you about buying a key book for SAT, walk you a little bit through the SAT format, talk a little bit about sentence completion, just some insider tips on the math fill-ins, how to wake up early, and really get primed and ready, and also like a cool strategy for the SAT.
Sweet. Walk us through the first one.
All right, so SATs, you got to take advantage of free stuff out there, okay? There's a lot of free stuff that you can study with. KhanAcademy.com, great videos to help you with problems that are found in the old official College Board study guide. TheCollegeBoard.org, go to it immediately, sign up for the question of the day, have it delivered to your inbox, SAT problem, free. Again, Quizlet.com, you want to practice your SAT vocab, you don't have to buy books in the bookstore for that. Go to Quizlet.com. It's all free SAT vocab to practice and take quizzes.
Great resources. Walk us through the next tip.
Okay, so you got to buy the official College Board study guide, whether you work with a tutor or independently. It has the most realistic practice tests possible in this book. There's 10 of them, and I recommend you get through as many practice tests as possible, and make sure that you time yourself when you take these practice tests. And if you want to get explanations for the questions found in the SAT Official College Board Study Guide, purchase Tutor Ted's SAT Solution Manual. It's not perfect, but it's pretty much the only one out there, only book out there that actually has an explanation for each question found in the Official College Board SAT Study Guide.
That's super helpful. Walk us through the next one.
Okay, understand the SAT format, okay? This is what I do with all my students to get them feeling confident and knowing what to expect. First, Section 1 and Section 10 are always the same section. Section 1 essay, Section 10 short, grammar writing section. The next level of predictability is found Section 8, 9, and 10. Those are always the shortened versions of the critical reading math. Like I said, Section 10 is the short grammar writing section. Section 2 through 7, there's not as much predictability, but guaranteed in those sections, you're going to find 2 critical reading long sections, 25 minutes, 2 math long sections, 25 minutes, and 1 long 25-minute writing grammar section, and then you'll have 1 experimental section. Also, know the nuances within each section and learn how to pace for them. So, for example, the 2 long critical reading sections, one of those long critical reading sections has 8 sentence completions as opposed to 5 sentence completions on the other one. So there's a different kind of pacing structure that you should learn. So that's what I have to say about the SAT format.
That's good to know.
I can go on forever
Take
about
us
it.
on the next one.
All right, get to the critical reading. So don't spend too much time on those sentence completion questions, folks. Why? It's simple. It's math. There's 19 sentence completions versus 48 reading comprehension questions. If you get complacent and smug and take your sweet old time doing those 19 sentence completion questions, you're going to have 5 minutes left to do all that reading. You don't want to be in that pickle. So get right to, trust your gut, study your vocab, get through those sentence completion questions relatively fast so you can have ample time to do the reading questions. Scan the questions first when you're at the critical reading. Scan the questions first. Mark up the passage and answer the specific questions on the fly as you're reading. It's like an open book test. And then at the very end, answer all the general questions. Answer those last. It makes sense because you can only answer general questions once you understand the full scope of the passage.
Wow, that's really helpful. Walk us through the next one.
All right, well, skip around. Here's a little inside technique for you. Skip around on the math fill-in, long 25-minute math fill-in section where you have 8 multiple choice questions and then 10 fill-ins after. Why? Because on the SAT, you want to answer all the easy and medium questions before you tackle the hard ones. Well, the order of difficulty goes from easy to hard, from 1 to 8 multiple choice, and then they get easy again. So if I recommend you do the first 5 or 6 multiple choice questions. Just take a quick glance at number 7, 8 multiple choice, which are the hard ones. And if they're too hard, just circle them and go right to those easy fill-ins. Take care of those, and at the very end, go back to those last 2 multiple choice questions.
I love it. That's really helpful. Very counterintuitive. Walk us through the next tip.
Yep. Okay, well, this is kind of like another tip. I really believe that kids have to develop a routine going into the SAT. So I recommend you wake up early for at least 2 months before, each Saturday leading up to the test, up to 2 months before that. The key is to build your confidence, is to build a consistent study program if you want to get your confidence going. So you want to wake up early for 2 months so you get used to doing SAT problems early in the morning. And now while you're waking up Saturday, I want you to eat a good, healthy breakfast, devoid of fatty foods, find a quiet study area free of distractions, have a nice stopwatch so you can pace yourself, and waking up early means go to bed early too.
So smart. Very true. Walk us through the next tip.
Okay, stumped, circle the question. The tip is basically this. The SAT is a marathon. It's not a sprint, which basically means you want to keep moving in a nice, steady pace. You don't want to cram and agonize over question number 1. If you can't answer it, you circle that question and you keep moving. If you spend more than a minute on a problem, it's probably a good indicator that you're kind of going about the problem the wrong way. You circle that problem, and then you keep moving to the next question. Answer as many questions as you can. Then at the very end, with a fresh set of eyes, you go back to the questions that you circled along the way, tackle those. That's the way to go.
That's super helpful. Well, walk us through what you've taught us.
Okay, well, I basically taught you to take advantage of all the free SAT material on the web. You know, you don't have to spend a gazillion dollars on SAT prep. There's a lot of free stuff out there. And if you do spend a gazillion dollars on SAT prep, fine. But also take advantage of the free stuff. Buy the official College Board Study Guide. That is basically the number 1 and number 2 key resource that you can buy. Everyone uses it. Buy it. Understand the SAT format. I don't know about you, but I feel more confident when I know what to expect going into game day. Understand the SAT format. Don't spend too much time on sentence completion questions because there's more. The lion's share of those questions in the critical reading section are critical reading questions themselves. Skip around a little on the math fill-in area, in the math fill-in section. Take care of the easy and medium questions first. And then wake up early Saturday morning for the next 2 months leading into the test so you get accustomed to what it's like to work your brain with multiple choice questions early in the morning. And finally, if you get stumped, circle the question and keep on moving. The test is a marathon, not a sprint.
Wow, this has been really helpful. Alexis, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, Josh. I'm humbled. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And those of you that are watching this video, click the links below this video and in the area below, and you can learn more about Alexis and his company, Prepped and Polished. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of Media Leaders. Have a great day, and as always, keep it light, bright, and polite.